Hello.
Welcome to Tidy Ventures Makeover Monday. So today we thought we would show you about where we like to buy houses. So this is a classic example of buying the worst house on the best street. Because like you look around, people have got nice windows, nice doors, nice fronts. They clearly look like they're taking care of their properties, which is just what we like. So come on in.
So yeah, the worst house on the street.
Yeah. A bit ropey inside.
Yeah.
But it's all good. So just the way we like it. So this house, well, do you want to say what happened to this house?
So this house was actually flooded. It was a freak flood, okay? Nothing that is, it's not in a flood area.
No, not historic, because we'd probably avoid that.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be comfortable if it was like prone to flooding and this happened all the time.
So as it happens, we were in the process of buying this property and then there was a freak flood. It got severely damaged. The water was like nearly 3 feet up the wall. And as it happens, we renegotiated the price, got it for a little bit less. And then obviously to deal with all the damp issues became our problem. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So if we go in this room here, because it was extensively flooded, okay, as you can imagine, we had to strip everything out straight away so that we could start drying the property out. But a lot of properties, they have damp issues, okay? And the question we get asked is, how do I know if it's got damp? Well, you can pay £35, that's all it costs on average to have a damp report done, okay? So it's, you know, it's not expensive, get a damp report done, and that'll tell you if there's any rising damp coming in from the floors or if there's any damp coming in from outside. If there is, okay, you do exactly what we've done in this property, okay? If you've got rising damp, you hack off up to 1 metre of the existing render and plaster in the house, just like we've done here, okay? And then what you do is you have these walls all around the house chemically injected, okay, by a damp-proof company, okay? And that chemical then spreads throughout the wall, you can't see it, and when it dries, it creates a seal, 100% seal to stop any more damp coming up from the floor, okay? And then what you can do if you don't want to hack the rest off is you re-render this, then re-plaster it, and it's good as new, damp solved, okay? However, you could have other issues like you see here on this floor.
When I bought my first property, I needed to do something similar to mine and I completely missed it. And this was a massive expense that I didn't know about, I didn't know what to look out for. So yeah, this is really useful.
I mean, this can be caused by a number of things actually. For example, if there was a little crack in here to begin with, okay, and that obviously the house got flooded, the water went in the crack, the hardcore underneath got damp or wet, it swelled, pushed the concrete or the screed up, and you got lots of cracking like this. Unfortunately, it does more often than not mean you've got to take the lot out and obviously put a new damp-proof membrane down, re-concrete it. It's not massively expensive, but obviously it might be a cost that you haven't factored in. So always a good idea to, when you're viewing a property, peel the carpet back, see if you've got cracks like this.
Take less. Some of the carpets I've had to peel back a bit disgusted, but I always do that now. I will never forget, lift the carpet up and see, because that, I think it cost us about £5 because we had to do the whole downstairs, which was quite an expense that I hadn't factored in, and if I'd lifted it up I would have seen the signs that I needed to replace the flooring.
So to me this isn't a real solid concrete floor, this is just a screed over floor, so it's not very thick, which is why it's probably cracked. You can, in theory, if you wanted to, put a self-leveler over this, but that's just a cheap, quick option. It's not the best way or the most, cost-effective, professional way to do it, and it wouldn't comply with building regs anyway. But
so if you wanted to do it properly, it can comply with building regs. What do we need to do?
So you need to dig this up to about 400 millimeters deep down, so as you can, which is about that much. Okay, so you've got to dig the whole floor down 400 millimeters, get rid of all of that, and then you've got to put some hardcore back in. 100 millimeters of hardcore on average. and then you blind the hardcore with maybe 10 millimeters or 20 millimeters of sand, okay? And then you put a damp-proof membrane down, which is polythene, okay? So that stops any damp coming up through the polythene. And then, okay, you put insulation down, 100 millimeters of insulation, and then you put at least 100 millimeters of concrete on top of that. Okay, now some concrete will react to the insulation, so you may have to put another little thin sheet of polythene down on top of the insulation to prevent the concrete reacting with the insulation, if that makes sense. So, to recap, hardcore, 100 mil, a little bit of sand to stop the hardcore piercing into the damp-proof membrane. Put the damp-proof membrane down, 100 mil of insulation, 100 mil of concrete on top.
Well, yeah, so make sure you know what you're looking out for, guys, because damp might not be a problem. Most properties that we go to see, it isn't, and it's quite cheaply fixed. But this kind of damp, like obviously wood costs a little bit more, so you do need to know what you're looking out for.
So if you quickly just have a little look over here, look, you'll see on this particular property, yeah, we've hacked off, okay, up to 1 meter high. You can just inject these walls and then you can patch all this back up. Same with the walls in here. Okay, you'll notice everything's been hacked off, okay? You can chemically inject this. This whole house is going to be refurbished anyway. Oh, another good thing as well, look. In the old houses, they've got timber in between various layers of the brickwork. That's how they did things years ago, okay? And very often, these timbers rot, which make these walls susceptible to cracking and then the plaster falling off and so on and so on. But we'll cover that in another little episode. So, yeah, hope you've enjoyed this, okay?
So don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for some more tidy tips.
Yeah, lots of tips, lots of advice. Yeah, subscribe to our Facebook group as well.
And our email list on that one. If you're not part of our email list, we'll send you all the updates and the links there,
yes.
and also our blog.
Yeah.
So, hope you've enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.